I lied. I miss Battlefield Heroes. I really do. Despite my thoughts and actions prior to Battlefield Heroes closing, like just months before it closed down, at this point in time, I miss Battlefield Heroes and I wish that I could go play it one more time. To elaborate a little bit, before Battlefield Heroes closed down, or rather when it was announced that it was closing down, I was filled with a bunch of mixed emotions because at that time I didn't care about the game. I wasn't focused on that game. I didn't really even play it. I had only played Battlefield Heroes for a couple months on and off at that time, and even then I just wasn't generally interested in it because I knew of the flaws that the game had. So I had these generally mixed emotions between being excited for it to close down. I was also really sad because I would no longer be able to play this game that I really did enjoy just a few years ago. I was also a little bit indifferent because, like I said, I hadn't really been playing the game at that time, so it wasn't really that big of a deal to me. Regrettably, I didn't take the opportunity of the few months that the game had before it closed to really sit down and play the game again. I sort of just let it slip through my fingers, and unfortunately I only played like a few times between the announcement of its closing and the actual shutdown date. Is Overwatch a fun alternative to Battlefield Heroes? Absolutely. I would say a better one at that. It's just a better game in general, but still, it's not Battlefield Heroes, and I can't help myself but want to go play it. Although I really miss this game and every memory that I have with it, including friends that I met on the game, my YouTube channel, other people making YouTube content. Despite all of this, I still know that if I were to sit down with the game right now, I would not have myself an enjoyable time. All of my memories that I have with the game are of the best moments with the game. I'm just being nostalgic. I'm blotting out all of the bugs, all of the pay-to-win bullshit, laser rifles, fear grenades, tonics, hackers, unbalanced abilities and classes, stupid widgets, the shitty excuse for a server browser and lack of servers to play on, along with the shitty client that was prone to crashing, proprietary server hosts and software, and other undesirables that came along with the game that I can't even think of off the top of my head. Every single one of these issues and more were present in the final form of the game before it had shut down on July 14th, 2015. This isn't the game that I want back. The game I want back is a balanced, bugless, working piece of software that has a dedicated development force behind it. Regarding Battlefield Heroes, this ideal game had died many, many years ago. I would say about 4 or 5 years ago. I honestly feel like I'm not alone in this either. I'm sure there are many other people just like me who have very fond memories of this game and wish they could play the game as it was pre-2012. And arguably before that time, it was still a bad game. However, there are still people today who cling to the idea that Battlefield Heroes was a good game when it closed. If that's your opinion of it, then fine. I have my memories of the game, and there were times that I enjoyed it. Similarly, those times for you might have been right before the game closed. I have no clue. But speaking objectively, the game was bad when it closed, with no real direction in terms of development or sustainability. And I believe that these flaws that I had mentioned previously were fatal to the failure of Battlefield Heroes. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is, I miss the old Battlefield Heroes.